Welcome to another episode of the Building Bridges Gateway program, coming to you from A9 TV Istanbul. And we are broadcasting in cooperation with WTPN and American Network. Our goal is to bring peace, love and brotherhood to all mankind, regardless faith, race or nationality. Today we have another distinguished guest, and I let my friend Oktar to introduce him now.
Yes, we have a very distinguished guest from United States, Rabbi Abraham Cooper. Rabbi Abraham Cooper is the Associate Dean of the Simon Wiesenthal Center and its Museum of Tolerance, a leading Jewish human rights organization with over 400,000 family members. He has been a long-time activist for Jewish and human rights causes on 5 continents. For 3 decades, Rabbi Cooper has overseen the Wiesenthal Center's international social action agenda, from worldwide anti-Semitism and extremist groups to interfaith relations and the struggle to thwart campaigns to delegitimize Israel, to the worldwide promotion of tolerance education. In this connection, he regularly meets with world leaders, including Pope Benedict XVI, United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, presidents, prime ministers, and diplomats. He is widely recognized as a pioneer and authority on issues related to digital hate and the Internet, and has traveled extensively in Asia and the Muslim world, including Iraq, Indonesia, and Sudan. He has testified before the United Nations, where the center is an official NGO, in New York and Geneva, testified at the U.S. Senate, Japanese Diet, French Parliament, and the OSCE, and is a founding member of the Global Forum on Anti-Semitism. He is vice chairman of the North Korean Freedom Coalition. Rabbi Cooper served on the governor-elect Arnold Schwarzenegger's transition team, and since 2007, Rabbi Cooper is listed by the Newsweek among the top 50 most influential rabbis in the United States. Rabbi Cooper, it's a pleasure and honor to have you.
Thank you. I look forward to this conversation.
Shall we start? We have some questions for you.
Please.
Rabbi Cooper, welcome again. This is Bülent. As you know, there are some changes in the Middle Eastern in the recent years. And what's your opinion of the developments in the Arab worlds? And how do you see the role of Turkey in solving the problems in the Middle East?
Well, you've asked a number of important questions in one sentence. Let me try to go from the general to the specific. Generally speaking, we were quite impressed and moved by the early efforts of the Arab Spring, especially in Tunisia and in Egypt, to hear the voices of especially young Arab people who wanted to bring democracy and equality to their societies. Unfortunately, so far, those hopes have been dashed, and I think, as we speak, the continuing violence in Tahrir Square tonight in Egypt is a reflection that within the population of Egypt there is a tremendous sense, a letdown, that all of the efforts and all the heroism and all the suffering to remove one regime seems to have brought, from what we can see, a new Mubarak, who's an Islamist Mubarak, but nonetheless not really committed to democracy. So in terms of the changes, as far as we can see, and taking a snapshot today, we have to say that we join with the people who are quite, I might say, disappointed, even depressed by where we are right now. Insofar as Turkey's role is concerned, look, from the Jewish world, the Jewish community has a deep reservoir of goodwill to the people of Turkey. That is because we can go all the way back to 1492, when Jews were being expelled from the Iberian Peninsula, from Spain, with no safe haven in many cases, and Turkey, the people of Turkey, allowed Jewish people to come and to settle, to find safe haven during World War II. As well, it was one of the few places where the long arm of Nazi German genocide was not able to penetrate. Just to give one comment, one personal comment, was that a week ago tonight, right about this time, we were finishing Shabbat dinner in Jerusalem with my 2 daughters, my son-in-law, and 5 grandchildren. And it had been a very difficult Friday evening. I was at the Western Wall when the alarm went out that a Hamas rocket was heading towards the Holy City. And my children and grandchildren were scurrying either at the local synagogue or from their apartment down to the basement, worried about the possible impact of a Hamas rocket. So it's been a very personal experience to see the peace, the hopes, and the calm in the region shattered by extremists who have absolutely do not share the goals of what your program is about, do not share the traditions of the Turkish people, do not share the traditions of the Jewish people, and who are looking only to drive the forces of extremism. And to be perfectly honest, this is a time for very deep concern, but also a time that we hope we can find partners in the Middle East to continue to work with.
Definitely. I mean, the Turkish nation does not have any problem with Israeli nation because, as you stated in the past, Ottoman Empire, Jews were brought from Spain and we lived in centuries for peace, and this is the way it should be actually. According to Quran, Jews are called people of the book. The Christians and Jews are called people of the book. They have to be respected, and the monasteries, churches, synagogues, and the mosques, Allah says in the Quran, are the places to be protected. There is a freedom of worship, freedom of expression, and this is the way it should be. So we know, you're right, I mean there is extremism and radicalism and bigotry in Islamic world, not only among Muslims but also among some Jews and among some Christians, and the only way to treat this is through education, and we hope this peace process will go on and there will be peace everywhere. And there is no problems between Israel and Turkey. We are natural allies. We love Israelis. Israel loves Turkish people. And there is no reason for any problem. And in fact, the government actually does not have any problem also. I will give you a very powerful evidence. There is a missile shield is established in Malatya, the city of Malatya. This is only to protect Israel. The purpose of this missile shield center is to protect Israel. So even the Turkish government, we know, doesn't have any problems. Turkish nation definitely doesn't have any problems. And there will be peace soon, we hope.